Hello everyone, this is part 3 of What If Naruto Was a Blacksmith, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. Be sure to like and subscribe, it gives me more motivation. Enjoy. Where are those brats? Anko was yelling as she ran around the village. We're right here. Anko looked up to see her students standing on the roof of one of the shops. What? Miku asked, noticing the grin on Anko's face. Hey Aniki, there's a snake in your shirt. Naruto took a couple steps back. There isn't a snake, Miku shouted and fell off the building. It's not what I had in mind of doing, but that'll be it for now. Come on, we got a job to do. Miku picked himself off the ground, after the snake disappeared, and followed Naruto and his sensei. What did you find out yesterday, Anko-sensei? Naruto asked as they made their way to the village entrance. They just walk right in. Nobody tries to stop them. Anko pulled out a kunai and spun in on her finger in anticipation. Bogu, you ready? Miku thought to his demon. Always, kid. Bogu replied. Hey Fox, wake up. Naruto shouted inside his head. Is it time for breakfast? Kyuubi began laughing. And they waited, silently. Mentally preparing themselves. I think that's them. Finally. We've been waiting for 5 hours. Miku grabbed his sword and did a few swipes in the air before taking a stance. A cloud of black smoke revealed Bogu. A similar red cloud brought out 6-foot-tall Kyuubi. It's so good to be outside. The fox roared loudly. Indeed, now we got a job to do. Bogu raised his arms and the iron chains around his arms shot out into the crowd of oncoming bandits. Kusari Shoto. Kyuubi just launched a few fireballs before charging into the crowd. Anko stared wide-eyed. That's the talk about it later. Let's go Naruto. Miku followed behind Bogu to attack. He blocked a few spear strikes with his sword, then put it in the ground blade first. Raiten, Reiku Rodo. Lightning came down and hit the sword, acting as a lightning rod, before jumping to nearby targets. Naruto made some hand signs. Futen, Keizenko. The direction of the wind changed and arced around Naruto, cutting a deep gash in the chest of 3 attackers. Damn, only 3. How many were you going for? Miku asked as he removed his sword from someone's stomach. He sidestepped an attack and LD another man's back, severing the spinal cord. I was going for 10. Naruto threw shuriken and watched them find their mark. 4 out of the 5 hit the N. The battle continued for 2 hours once Anko stepped in, not wanting to be outdone by her students. She summoned a few large snakes. Kyuubi and Bogu were both covered in blood. Guess you two enjoyed yourselves, huh? Kyuubi finished swallowing a bandit's upper torso. Naruto winced at the crunch it made. It wasn't a bad afternoon. Kyuubi smiled. You better call me out again to do this. He disappeared in a puff of red smoke. Bogu followed in a black cloud. Anko put Naruto in a headlock. You got some explaining to do, brat. She shouted. Can't explain if he can't breath, can he, Anko-sensei? Anko shot a glare at Miku, who shut up instantly and went back to cleaning his sword. After a few more minutes of strangling, she let go. Alright, I'll tell you. Naruto rubbed his N, which was now red. The fox and I came to an agreement. I let him out now and then, and in return I get a little boost in my abilities. A little. Miku scoffed. Same goes for you and your demon. Naruto snapped back. You have a demon too. This is getting crazier. Anko began walking toward the village elders building. Well, it's not like we're going to sick them on the village. Naruto said, running to catch up. Now there's an idea. Miku stopped and took a thinking pose, who just received a hit from Anko. I know you were kidding, so be thankful that will be all you get. 2 hours later found Naruto and Miku back in their hotel room talking. Well, one successful mission under our belt. Wonder what's next. Miku walked over to the window and looked out it. The sun was setting. Who knows, it could be anything. Naruto sealed their packs so they would be ready to leave early in the morning. I just want to get back to the village. It was fun to get away for a while. Miku closed the window. But I just want another assignment. I know. This afternoon's fight got me pumped. Kyuubi lifted his head and let out a low roar. He had been in the room next to his container, who had him the size small dog. Bogu was leaning against the wall, arms crossed and hair over his eyes, looking intimidating. I see you're not worrying about King, Bogu said. It's part of the job. Naruto and I figured that out some time ago. Maiku's expression changed. The incident. Alright then, sleep well. Bogu vanished. Glad I don't have such a weak container. Red Smoke and Kyubi was gone as well. Anko and her 2 students were standing in front of the Hokage, who was demanding an explanation about the Kyubi. So Naruto told them about his first meeting up to discovering Maiku's inhabitant and the deals they made. The council is going to have a fit when they hear about this. Sarutobi sighed. Then don't tell them and save yourself the trouble. Maiku said. I don't want those stuck-up assholes in on my business anyways. And if they do find out and try to do anything, I can't guarantee their safety. Naruto moved back towards the door trying to drag Anko with him. Anaki's getting angry, he whispered. Very well, the Hokage said. The council doesn't really need to know. Good idea, Maiku. Hokage then paid the group. Come back tomorrow, I have another C rank for you. The trio bowed and left. We're calling ourselves Team Demon. It'll be fun. Anko now had an evil smile. Maiku groaned, and Naruto face-palmed. Great, they said in unison. Maiku and Naruto were now sitting at a table in the Yaiba compound eating hall discussing their next possible mission when Tenten came in with dinner. Looks great. She set the food down and began eating. So how was the mission? Ino was the one to tell me you had left. Sorry, Anko-sensei wanted to leave as soon as possible. Otherwise I would have told you. Maiku took another bite. It was just a bandit extermination. Nothing too difficult. A loud belch came from the floor. Kyubi had been eating some of the food. Little guy sure can eat. At least someone wants to. Naruto said out loud unknowingly. Tenten shot him a glare and a few kunai. Maiku just fell over laughing. Hey, watch it. Naruto had been pinned to the wall, somehow upside down. Kyubi came over and bit Naruto on his nose, making Maiku laugh harder. Never insult Tenten's cooking. Besides, it actually tastes good. Why don't you like it? Maiku grabbed another bowl of rice. It no Aikikaru, that's for sure. Another kunai whizzed past Naruto's head. Dude, I'm warning you, stop talking. Maiku finished eating and laid down. Aren't you going to help me down? All Naruto got was a chuckle and another bite on the nose. Damn fox, he mumbled. Maiku was washing the dishes with Tenten. Your friend needs to learn to keep quiet. That's what Ino keeps saying. But you learn to put up with it. Maiku grabbed a bowl and put it under the running water. You said Guy was going to recommend you for the Chunin exams this year because he didn't last year, right? He asked. Tenten just nodded. I was thinking of pushing the marriage agreement to before the exams. You sure? She asked. A slight blush had appeared on her face. A few weeks ago I learned life can be ended in ways we would never had foreseen. Maiku took Tenten's hand. This is kind of hard for me to explain, but I'm sure you understand what I'm trying to say. Tenten hugged Maiku tightly. I'm sure my father would agree. And I would be more than happy to marry you. Can't. Breath. Tenten let go and Maiku fell to the ground, gasping for air. Will Anko enter you and Naruto in the exams? Maiku stood up. She's crazy enough to. I wouldn't put it past her. They finished the dishes and went to the backyard to talk for a while before going to bed. Team Demon stood waiting with Team 7, who were watching some lady smother a cat. Kyubi shuddered at the sight inside Naruto's head. I feel bad for the thing. Showing a soft side Kyubi. A loud roar was all Naruto got for an answer. Anko, here's a C-rank escort mission. Sasuke couldn't contain his anger. Sadly, to Maiku and Naruto's annoyance, he couldn't hold it. What? How come they get a C-rank and were chasing a stupid cat? Sasuke shouted. Because we're better, Naruto said, not taking his attention away from the Hokage to annoy Sasuke further. Why don't you let Team 7 tag along with us, Hokage-sama? They can assist if we need it, which I doubt. Anko said, patting her students on the head at the end of her sentence. Fine, I'll allow it. This shut up Sasuke's protests. Hey old man, no more damn D ranks. A loud blonde-haired kunoiki shouted entering the room. Maiku leaned over to Naruto. She's starting to take after you a bit. What did you do? Naruto elbowed Miku in the ribs. Shut up, Anarchy. Meanwhile, the Hokage's patience was running thin with the entrance of Team 10. Fine. You will go with Team 10 and Demon, he said without thinking. I wonder if Team 9 will show up. Yosh Hokage-sama. My youth team are here for a mission. Everyone's sweat dropped. You're going with them too. Sarutobi was really angry. Tazuna, he shouted. Great, a bunch of kids, said the old drunk. He was about to say something else when 2 puffs of smoke silenced him. Next to him now stood a 7-foot Kyuubi and a 7-foot Bogu. Watch what you say around our friends. Miku walked over and crossed his arms. They don't like their containers being disrespected. An obvious lie. Though only Miku and Naruto knew it. They forced the demons out for intimidation. The inclusion that they came out themselves was an added bonus. Nice like it, Kyuubi thought to Naruto. Everyone in the room now had wide eyes, except for the Hokage, Tenten and Anko. Hey, don't K the drunk now, though that would be fun. We won't get paid that way, Anko said. Bogu disappeared while Naruto hopped onto the Kyuubi's back, who made his way behind Anko. Now I know why they're called Team Demon. But Miku a demon container as well. Iruka thought. Anko, your team is in charge. Dismissed. I have never seen the Hokage that mad before. Sakura shuddered. Nah, that ain't mad, just annoyed. Miku said, leaving the tower with the unusually large group. Yeah, mad is him having you chase that stupid cat around all week for free. Naruto chimed in. Don't give him any ideas. Chuji muttered. Everyone go and get your gear ready. Meet at the gate in 1 hour. Anko informed the group and everyone went their separate ways. I have a bad feeling, kid. Bogu informed his container of his worries. Well, expect the unexpected, right? Miku smiled. That goes without question. Didn't think you cared about my well-being. I don't. Miku didn't buy it but decided to let the subject drop as they were approaching the compound. Miku and Tenten ran to their room and quickly packed clothing, weapons and scrolls. Miku made sure to pack a specially sealed scroll. My current project, was all he said before sealing the pack in a scroll and pocketing it. Miku adjusted the sword on his back and Tenten grabbed her 2 weapon scrolls. Naruto was currently finishing by tossing a book into his uneven pile that was to be sealed. Once he did, he put it in his kunai pouch and left for the gate with Miku and Tenten. Wonder how long we're going to be gone this time. Don't know. I hope for a while. Going new places is rather enjoyable, though a brawl with bandits does make things a little annoying. Miku shook his head. It was a good stretch for my legs. Laughed the Kyuubi, who was now laying in a dense forest courteous of Naruto thinking the image of his head. They made it to the gate and found everyone, minus Kakashi and Tazuna there. Anko seemed angry at herself for leaving Tazuna with Kakashi. Because he had the client there and to wait for him, otherwise she would have left without him. Kakashi better get here soon. Asuma muttered, followed by the usual, troublesome, and munches of food by 2 of his students. The other was hovering over the other blonde. Hey Naruto, what are you reading? Ino asked. A book on Futen Jutsu. I'm a wind user, so I'm trying to add to my arsenal of jutsu to use with the few I created. Naruto answered. Asuma decided to enter at this point. Not many wind elements in Konoha. In fact, I thought I was the only one. Maybe I could help you out, kid. Asuma asked. Naruto just smiled. Sure, Anarchy should try to find someone to teach him some lightning jutsu. Right, Anarchy. Miku removed his lips from his fiancée's, annoyed. You stopped me just to answer that question. Naruto nodded. Just read your damn book. Miku just laid himself on the ground and closed his eyes. Might as well get a nap in. He won't be here for another 2 hours. Sadly, Miku was right, partially. It was another 3 hours before Kakashi arrived with Tazuna. He just shook off the waves of intent that was sent at him. Finally, we can go now. Anko shouted, waking Miku up, though he was grateful for the wake-up call. Everyone finally walked out of Konoha. Hey Naruto, what were you talking about earlier? Miku asked as he walked beside his fellow jailer in front. Behind him the Junin surrounded Tazuna and the rest of the genin were scattered. I was just saying you should get a sensei to teach you. The only thing you're learning are Bogu's lightning jutsus. Plus you have a secondary fire affinity. Naruto was making sense as Miku thought about. Yeah, you're probably right. Though Bogu showing me some stuff doesn't hurt, there are still more things to learn, right? Miku asked, to see if that was what Naruto was trying to explain. Right. That blonde grinned. Thanks for telling me, and what the F is a puddle doing out here? Miku woke up Bogu as Naruto alerted Kyuubi. It hasn't rained in days, something's up. Naruto drew a kunai. We might need more than that, Miku said as he turned and drew his sword, and Naruto followed, drawing his blade as well. By this time, two cloaked ninja had emerged from the puddle. They wielded a strange metallic claw on one hand that was connected to the other's claw by a spiked chain. Miku blocked one of the claws with his sword. The fingers clicked together, locking the blade in place. Miku tried freeing it but couldn't. You can't beat the demon brothers. That's our line, damn it. Miku disregarded his blade and moved closer, striking with a punch to the chest, following with a roundhouse kick face, knocking him into the other assailant. Naruto dodged the outstretched claw, thrusting his sword towards the chest of his opponent, who looped the chain around it and wrenching it from Naruto's hand. Naruto pulled out two kunai and quickly dashed under the chain and stuck a kunai in the man's shoulder and another under his arm. Naruto jumped away as the other attack crashed into his partner. They both quickly got up. The one pulling out the kunai, the other wiping away blood. You can't beat the demon brothers, Naruto said, taunting the two, though it was true they wouldn't beat Miku and Naruto as they were quickly pinned to a tree by Miku. That's +2 for me. Miku went to the corpses and removed his kunai and put them in the holster on his leg. He also grabbed the claw weapon. This is interesting. This demands further study. He sealed it in a scroll and put it away quickly before picking his sword up and sheathing it. Naruto's already sheathed. What happened? Sakura asked. Miku just shrugged. They couldn't beat the demon brothers. Anko now had a large smile as she looked at the ninja turned pincushion. She walked her arm around Miku's then the other around Naruto's. Seems I trained my brats well. She was merely rubbing it in Kakashi's face. Anko, Nei-chan, can't breath. Naruto gasped out. She let both boys go. By now they were a shade of blue. Thanks. Well, what do we do now that this isn't a C rank anymore due to the fact that there are enemy shinobi involved? Kakashi asked. We're going to finish the mission, Anko stated. Anyone else that's afraid can just go back now. Better run now, Dobes, if you want to make it back to the village before nightfall, Sasuke said with a smirk. Naruto's hand went to his blade, but Miku's raised arm stopped him. Right, you would be leading the way, of course, Anko said, an arm now DRD around one of her students' not choking them. My students are the last I would expect to leave. She had a smile that said, go ahead and keep messing with my students, though I won't stop them. Miku and Naruto kept on glaring. Sasuke was going to respond, but a slap on the head from Kakashi shut him up. I'll take the silence as an agreement. We'll continue. Tazuna, expect to be charged extra for this. The man was now sobbing, apologizing for lying, and thanking them for continuing to help at the same time. What do you think, Naruto? Miku whispered. They had been told to keep quiet once they got on the boat. I think we haven't seen the last of our enemies today. We need to be careful, Naruto whispered back. Agreed. Miku went to the front of the boat and sat down to wait. The boat finally dropped him off and they quickly got out and began walking again. Does anyone else hear that? Asuma asked. Down, Kakashi shouted. Everyone dropped as a large sword flew over them. Their heads would have been missing. It landed in the trunk of a tree. Miku stared at it and saw a figure standing on the hilt. Zabuza Momoki, Miku muttered as he got up, drawing his sword. One of the 7 swordsmen. So you've heard about me. Zabuza pulled his sword out of the tree and jumped to the ground. I curse the member of my family that made that sword for you. Miku dropped into a stance. I will take it away from you. So you're a Yaiba, huh? Your family is good with the forge. Zabuza returned his sword to his back. Take it if you can. Release. Dragon's Fang. A yellow glow appeared on the katana which turned to a blinding white light. Everyone put a hand in front of their face, though Miku seemed unaffected. When the light SD down, Miku was left holding a greatsword. A mist started to form. Kid, let me out, Bogu suggested. Miku directed chakra to the seal on his arm and Bogu appeared in a cloud of black smoke. Bogu rattled his chains, a sort of intimidation tactic. Kakashi ran up and stood next to Miku, his headband raised revealing his Sharingan. You can't take on Junin level missing Nin. Get back and protect Tazuna. Miku was about to protest when Anko put a hand on his shoulder. Miku mumbled curses going back to Tazuna as the remaining Junin passed him. God damn it, they won't let me fight. Bogu let out a disappointed grunt. A red cloud interrupted his ranting. Now standing next to him was a 5-foot Kyuubi. The Sharingan already Kakashi. I'm honored, though I'd rather fight that Yaiba brat. It's been a while since I had a heavy Kenjutsu battle. That brat looked like he could have put up one. Zabuza disappeared into the mist. Kakashi looked around quickly and lashed out with a kunai, only to have his target burst into water. Mizu Bushin. Kakashi began searching the area before something hit him. Zabuza appeared within the crowd of genin without them knowing. Got you, he said, swinging his sword at Tazuna. A loud clang of meeting blades hung in the air. Fast little brat. Zabuza gripped his sword with his other hand and began pushing Miku back. Bogu rushed over and grabbed one of Zabuza's arms and tossed him over into the water. Thanks Bogu. Miku flashed through some hand seals. Bogu quickly got between Miku and Kakashi. Raiten, Rain-ripe Fungeki. A white lion now stood next to Miku, waiting for the command to strike. Zabuza climbed out of the water and stood on it. Impressive, he never got to finish his sentence because he had to dodge a lightning bolt. He landed again on the water only to be punched in the face by Guy. He then dived out of the way of Kyuubi's jaws. Futen, Keizenko. The blowing wind redirected itself toward Zabuza, leaving deep gashes. Blood poured out of him as Kakashi went through hand seals. Suten, Daibakufu no Jutsu. A large blast of water rushed toward Zabuza, carrying him away until he was washed up against a tree. Anko launched a few kunai into his arms. Bogu and Kyuubi let out low growls as they moved closer. This is where it ends. Bogu said, raising an arm. Electricity gathered around it. Indeed. Flames began emitting from Kyuubi's mouth as he prepared a fireball when Senbon needles struck Zabuza's en. Thanks for your assistance. I've been tracking him for some time now. The new person landed next to Zabuza, picking up his body. If you'll excuse me. Wait, Miku shouted. They disappeared in a swirl of leaves. Damn it, I couldn't get it. Miku said, his large sword into the ground, leaving a deep dent in the ground. He pulled the chakra out of his blade and it returned to its previous form. Sorry kid. Maybe we'll get lucky and find it somewhere. Bogu said before he vanished in his black cloud. Damn, I couldn't eat him. Kyuubi cursed and vanished as well. How'd you two get so strong? Sasuke asked, his anger obvious. Hard work. Miku and Naruto turned to Guy and Lee and did the nice guy pose. Yosh. Their flames burned brightly in that fight. Guy shouted. Yes. Maikeru-kun, Naruto-kun, my rivals are truly strong. Lee chimed in after Guy. I just want that damn sword back. It shouldn't be in the hands of a criminal. Miku sheathed his blade. Who knows what happened to it now? Sorry Miku-kun. Tenten gave him a hug. He kissed the top of her head. It's okay. Let's keep going. Miku kept his arm around her shoulders, holding her close as they walked. What's wrong with him? Ino asked Naruto as she walked beside him. As he said, that sword was made by a member of his family. He thinks weapons should be used for good, not in the hands of someone without a purpose. Zabuza has no village loyalty, no one to protect. That's what Miku's upset about. Naruto felt the handle of his weapon. That's what he expects me to do, protect those who are precious to me. Really? Those weapons are that special? Ino asked. The process of making the second layer is the special part. From what he told me, it's a secret ritual. And no one outside the clan gets one unless they earn it. How? I don't know. Naruto tried remembering all the stuff Miku told him, hoping Ino would stop asking questions soon because what he remembered wasn't a lot. Then how'd that guy get a weapon? Naruto knew he could make up an answer for this. It didn't look anything like a second layer, so I guess it was just a well-made sword. Nothing fancy, just effective. The Yaiba clan makes swords like that all the time, for a price. Naruto hoped that was somewhat correct. Good guess Naruto, that was actually right. Miku said, looking back at his friend and smiled. That was a well-made blade, I must admit. I respect the skill of whoever made it, but hate them for giving it to that asshole who left his loyalty behind. Are your family's swords really that powerful? Asuma asked, wondering if he could have his knives reforged. Yes, they are. And I'll take a look at your knives later. I can tell you want to ask about them. Asuma smiled. Tenten tugged on his shirt. Miku-kun. She cooed into his ear. When will you finish mine? She asked. When we get home, promise. He gave her a kiss before looking forward again. Meanwhile, an infuriated Uchiha was thinking as he walked behind everyone. I must get my hands on one of those blades. It'll make me one step closer to King him. X. That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.